In this lesson, we're going to learn how to use logical and comparison operators to create logic in our games. Alright, so let's go ahead and go down below the arithmetic operators, and we're going to go right above this ending comment, so that way we're still commenting out this information. So let's go ahead and talk about comparison operators. Okay. Comparison operators allow us to compare one side of an equation to another, or compare one variable to another. So the first comparison operator that we're going to see is called the is equal to. And so it's a double equal sign. So what it's saying is equal to this. So this variable is equal to that variable. And usually when we're comparing, we're trying to create some sort of logic in that. Now we also have another comparison operator, and that is not equal to. So an exclamation point and an equal sign is not equal to. The next one that we have is greater than, less than, and then we have greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. Okay, pretty standard. We've seen these before in arithmetic. So you can go ahead and write down some notes on those if you need to. So greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Perfect. So those are our comparison operators. Let's go ahead and talk about our logical operators. So logical operators allow us to create logic within our conditions. So when we start talking about if statements, we can actually do multiple conditions in a single if statement, and we can do that using these logical operators. So things like and, okay, that's basically what that means, a double ampersand. So hold down Shift and 7, hit that twice, and that will give you the double ampersand. And what that means is if this variable and this variable is equal to this, then do something else. Okay. We have another logical operator, and this is or. So we can say this operator, or this variable, or this variable is equal to this, then do that. Okay. And then we have one final one, which is not. Okay. Not is common, and what that means is if this variable is not this, then do this. Okay. So pretty standard along that, and we'll see these in actual practice here in a little bit. So now that we've talked about what they are and what they are used for, let's go ahead and take a look at how we can use them to create logic in the script that we've already created. So let's say that what we want to do is we want to tell the player that they are doing something wrong if they're breaking the speed limit. So I'm going to go down just below the speed equals distance divided by time, and we're going to say if. Now we haven't talked about if statements. We're actually going to go more in detail with these in the next lesson. But just for right now, we're going to create an if statement because it's the easiest way to create a comparison and logical condition. So we're going to say if, and then we need to give it the condition. The condition is going to be held within these parentheses after the if statement. So if speed is greater than 70, we want it to do something. So whenever the condition has been stated, if that is true, it's going to execute the code that's within these brackets. So we're going to say print, and then we're going to give it a message. We're going to say you are going too fast. And there we go. So now what we'll do is we'll simply hit Control S to save that, and then we'll go into Unity, and then we'll hit play and watch what happens. You'll see here on the console it's still showing us you are traveling at 100 miles per hour, and that is true, but we don't see the new message that we wanted to create. Remember, this will only show us the latest print in our console, so if you want to see all of it, you'll need to go ahead and open up the console. Now, if you don't see this, you can go up to Window and then open up the console that way. Okay, so here you can see that we're printing out the message, you are going too fast, and you are traveling at 100 miles per hour. All right, great. So now that that has been done, let's go ahead and hit play. And let's go on to the next thing that I want to talk about here. So inside of this, we have used a comparison operator, okay, the greater than. Now what I want to do is I want to show you how we can use a logical operator in this case. So now I want to say if speed is greater than 70, or, so hold shift and hit the or symbol. It's the vertical line. If you're having trouble with that, that's going to be the key directly below the backspace. Okay, so you'll need to hold down shift and press that, and you'll get that or symbol. Okay, and you'll need to press it twice. So now we're saying if speed is greater than 70 or speed is less than 40, we want it to print out a new message. So we can say you're going too fast, but if it's less than 40, it's not accurate, is it? So we're just going to say you are breaking the law. Okay, Control S to save that, and then we'll go into Unity and we'll simply hit play, and we're going 70 miles an hour, and now we're getting this new message that's saying you are breaking the law. Now what happens if we're within that speed limit? What's going to happen? Well, let's go ahead and try that out. Let's do a distance of let's do 200, and let's say we want to do it within 3 hours. So that'll give us that 66.6 miles per hour. So if I hit save or play on this, you'll notice it says you are traveling at 66.6. We'll go ahead and look at our console. We're not getting a message. Why aren't we getting a message? Well, a condition wasn't actually met here. We didn't tell it what to do if this condition is not met. And so what we'll need to do is we'll need to take a look at how we can push if statements a little bit further. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into that in our next lesson.